Hello from SheNature.com. This is Mark Josie. Don't move! Boom, boom! Okay, wow! That's shocking. Anyway, today I want to talk about a topic on can you, should you use BB gun, pellet guns, paintball guns, whatever, for the self-defense issues, and will that hurt someone, stop an attacker? What's the difference between the power of these things? So, a lot of people are confused, and here I want to keep the video very short, but showing you some facts after my talk here on the screen with numbers. So it's actually very, very boring, but if you like numbers, you will like this, okay? It's all about ballistics, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, but please provide like facts and stuff to back your words up. Don't just say, hey, this is wrong, okay? Come on, so give me some numbers. Okay, so according to the math, you can calculate the amount of pain or impact you will receive from the shot. And that is calculated not by just the muscle energy of your gun. It's also calculated by the muscle energy and kinetic energy density of the projectile. So, let's take a look. 4.5 millimeters BBs, blowback pistol, okay? 4.5 mm. You see, the BBs is very, very small. Okay. Now compared to those 6 millimeters BBs. 6 millimeter BBs is bigger, okay? Materials of the projectiles. Some bounce, some splash, some don't bounce, and it's solid. Okay, so it depends on the density and the elastic property of the projectile that will turn the projectile to a lethal or non-lethal, a penetrating or not penetrating round. Okay, and also one thing to know is how much will the muscle energy be transferred, the kinetic energy be transferred on the target, and not dissolve all over the place, okay? So, a few factors to consider here. If you're new to ballistics and stuff, this video is for you. I'm trying to keep it concise, okay, guys? Okay. A comparison. 2 joules, okay? 2 joules is the muscle energy. 2 joules shot out by a plastic 6mm BB pistol versus a 2 joules shot out by a 4.5 mm steel BB pistol. Okay, both is 2 joules. Which one will hurt more? And then you're like, hey, it's the same, you know. Both are 2 joules. It's not gonna hurt you anyway. Like, okay, so you take the 2 joules airsoft, you shoot your friends, and your friends go, ouch, and then you see a little bit of bruise, whatever, and then you're like, hey, that hurt, but it's not gonna really kill you or anything, right? So 2 joules is like a bad, very bad, painful thing. But it's not going to kill you. And then you're like, hey, it's fine. You know, like you shot your friends with a BB, like plastic BBs. And you see the BB will bounce, okay? Plastic bounce. And if the plastic hits something too hard, it will break. So that's the safety part of the airsoft game. Because they need the BB to have a little bit of tolerance. And then when it hits something too hard and cannot withstand the pressure that the BB is supposed to withstand, it will shatter. Okay, that is what makes the BB very safe for the airsoft game, because it has a tolerance in pressure. Meaning that, okay, let me take a ball and show you. This is a BB. Okay, pretend this is the BB, and we're gonna have a board here. Okay, a board. This here hit, like that. Okay. If this thing is not moving, it will keep pushing forward, right? Okay. So if this hit right here is too hard and the force pressing forward is providing, generating X amount of pressure for this ball, okay, the X amount of pressure can be under or over the limit that this ball can withstand before the ball explode or shatter. Okay, so let's say if this thing can withstand the pressure of like, I don't know, for example, okay, not true, 1 foot-pound per 1 foot-pound pressure energy. Okay, so, or maybe we should go with joules per centimeter square. So maybe 10 joules per centimeter square. Okay, 10 joules per centimeter square. So, boom. If it doesn't exceed that, it will bounce. If it exceeds the 10 joules per centimeter, this thing will shatter. Okay? When it shatters, that means that the maximum of power you will feel on impact is basically 10 joules per centimeters only, because that's the tolerance of the round, and then it will shatter and dissolve away. And with that action, it distributes the 10 joules per centimeter out to a larger area because of the shatter action. Okay, so that makes the Airsoft BB safe, and that is also why the Airsoft company will tell you that you cannot use something like this. Let me take it out. Whoa, we got a bottle of 6mm aluminum BBs here. Okay, aluminum have a much harder density. It's like glass density than plastic, and aluminum will not bounce as bad as plastic because basically metal BB have a much greater tolerance in terms of pressure. So to really like to shatter or break the aluminum round is pretty hard, and even like if it exceeds the amount of pressure that it can withstand, the aluminum round will squish and mushroom. Like if you shoot it with a very high power gun, you will see it. The aluminum round will mushroom like a lead pellet or like bullet head. It will mushroom up, and because of that, it is very unsafe to use the aluminum BBs on a human target. Because if you shoot the human target, it exceeds that power or pressure that it can withstand, it will still keep on penetrating and then mushroom up, and that is going to really hurt someone very badly. So even though the same weight of projectile, okay, 0.3 grams aluminum 6mm BBs versus 0.3 grams plastic BBs. 0.3 grams plastic BBs is not going to kill you. It's going to like be hurting you, but it's not going to really do a lot of serious damage. But versus these same gun, same power, shot with aluminum BBs at the same weight, aluminum BBs will cause a lot more damage and a lot more pain to your friend. Okay, so now you learned the first thing, density of the projectile. Second thing is the density of the energy that you will eat in here. Okay, so if say we are shooting 2 joules of muscle energy, how many joules are you feeling on your body when the shot is bam on you? Now that depends on the projectile size. The larger the size is, the more distributed that 2 joules is going to be. Okay, now imagine these are not balls, these are like flat stuff. Okay, imagine this is like a flat surface. Now 2 joules is coming toward you. Boom, 2 joules. Okay, so imagine this is like a stamp on here. 2 joules is going to distribute on this large area. So every centimeter square, 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter square, it's going to feel just that little joules. It's not a lot. Okay, now compared to this, now we're using this tiny surface, 2 joules. Wow, now that's very painful. You see, tiny spot, 2 joules, very concentrated. Okay, very concentrated. So 2 joules with a smaller projectile, it's going to hurt you much more than a 2 joules with a bigger projectile. And also taking in the factor we just talked about the density of the projectile. Some projectiles will bounce, some will not. Some is harder, some is softer, whatever. So as you can see, these 2 factors will tell you that a 2 joules gun with a steel BB versus a plastic BBs, okay, 2 joules. Both guns shooting 2 joules. 4.5 mm versus 6 mm. 6 mm is not going to kill you. 4.5 mm, it is going to go into your skin and hurt a lot more. Okay, so you guys get it. That is the joules per centimeter for the projectile thing. And then the last factor is the power, the muscle energy that it generates. So some people are asking, can I use a pellet gun, BB gun, airsoft gun, paintball gun for self-defense? So here you go. With those pellet guns, okay, you're getting about, say, 20-ish joules per centimeter. Okay, for the airsoft gun, you're below 10 joules per centimeter. Okay, for the normal BB guns kind of thing, it's about 19 to 20-ish, normal kind of range, joules per centimeter. Now that is the normal CO2 blowback or CO2 pellet gun, stuff like that. The Crossman 357 pellet gun, high power pellet gun, is just about the 20-ish something joules per centimeter. Okay, so not very, very powerful. But it is enough to penetrate skin. Now, in some research, PDF, whatever, it shows that it requires, if bare skin, like no clothing, it requires about 10 joules per centimeter to penetrate the skin. And then if you're talking about like different parts of the body, okay, to penetrate the ribs and stuff and like all these muscle spot here, it will require about 23 to 29-ish joules per centimeter to penetrate and cause a more lethal shot right there. Okay, so yeah, so 10 joules per centimeter to penetrate the skin in general, but with tougher spot right here, it requires 23 to 29 kind of joules per centimeter to penetrate. So let's say a high power air pistol with the CO2, like the Crossman 357, that kind of thing. It will penetrate skin right here if you're not wearing any clothing. If you have a jacket on, it's different, right? Jacket will be protecting, and now it requires more joules per centimeter to penetrate to the skin. And if they have a sweatshirt on, it's going to be even worse. If they have a winter clothing on, it's going to be even worse. So imagine that, okay? So if like a burglar comes in with a big coat, you're not going to take him down or do anything with your pellet gun. It's not going to work, okay? But penetration is not equals to takedown power, okay? The military use a lot of blunt impact weapons, such as the baton, impact rounds, like a beanbag round from a shotgun. Those things do not penetrate, but it hurt you like fuck because they slam on you very hard with a lot of joules per centimeter there. So even though it's not going to penetrate, okay, it is going to transfer all the energy onto your body and like that, okay? That is exactly what you're doing with the paintball guns. Like the Tiberius T8.1, that is exactly what you're doing. You're doing blunt impact, like with the rubber balls, bricker balls kind of thing. Okay, you are doing that. So you're outputting a lot of power with the joules per centimeter. Okay, a Tiberius T8.1 to max power, 30, not max, with 26 joules mark, okay? Shooting bricker balls. That is 264.1 joules per centimeter square. And that is a lot of power compared to your pellet gun. And with that amount of power, okay, shot in your body, wow, that's going to hurt, really hurt. And even though it's not penetrating anywhere, or it is going to penetrate, but even though if it is not, like if they have a big winter coat on or some leather jacket and then a sweatshirt, whatever, heavily clothed guy, the impact is going to transfer all into him and it's going to penetrate and shock the organs, the muscle, break the tissue, and cause a lot of pain there. It's going to break bones, it's going to take them down. It's going to give them a lot of pain to the point that they cannot withstand the pain anymore and they will fall down. So that is what you call a takedown power with these air weapons. So with the BB gun, pellet guns, it's not going to give you that kind of takedown power. If they're wearing t-shirt or not really dressed up, whatever, it's going to penetrate into pain, give pain, but they're going to ouch like that. But it's not going to like make the guy ooh and then drop down instantly. But these big balls with a lot of energy behind, it is going to drop someone. So that's a big difference there. Okay, guys, so enough talk here. As you can see, the difference between airsoft air gun and paintball guns and their impact and stuff. Don't forget, if you use paintball or pepper ball or powder ball to shoot someone, the ball is just like a shattered plastic BB. It hits and splash. So whatever joules per centimeter is going to splash out to a big surface. So it's going to be less painful. And also the ball have its own tolerance as well. So basically it's not going to be that painful. But if you shoot someone with a solid ball with a lot of like density in it, a lot of weight and density, it is going to hurt a lot more. Like the bricker balls, 6.2 grams glass round is close to a aluminum ball. And it just shoot you, it's going to really put all the energy on your body in that spot. And it's really painful. Okay, so thanks for watching a little educational lecture kind of thing. Hope you guys like it. And remember to subscribe and like. Bye-bye!